Good evening and welcome to a new edition of the news. His Majesty King Abdullah held talks with Belgian Prime Minister Charles Michel at the Egmont Palace in Brussels. Upon his arrival, His Majesty received an official welcoming ceremony and reviewed with the Belgian Prime Minister the Guard of Honor. Talks between His Majesty and the Belgian Prime Minister focused on the need to maintain coordination and consultation on various regional and international issues and develop cooperation in various fields, especially in the political and economic fields. The Belgian Prime Minister voiced his country's keenness on supporting Jordan in its efforts to achieve security and stability in the region. The King congratulated the Belgian Prime Minister on the election of his country as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council, stressing the importance of Belgium's role within the European Union and the UN Security Council in the region and its efforts to enhance Middle East security and stability. In this context, His Majesty stressed the need to intensify international efforts aimed at pushing the peace process between the Palestinians and Israelis forward on the basis of a two-state solution and the establishment of an independent Palestinian state with East Jerusalem as its capital. On the Syria crisis, the two sides discussed the need to reach a political solution which preserves Syria's territorial integrity and guarantees a safe return of refugees to their homeland. Michel praised Jordan's great efforts in hosting Syrian refugees, noting the burdens the crisis placed on Jordan's economy. King Abdullah praised Belgium's support for the kingdom in mitigating the consequences of the crisis, stressing the importance of the third Brussels conference to be held in April on supporting the future of Syria and the region. Also in Brussels, King Abdullah and President of the European Council Donald Tusk discussed prospects of expanding cooperation between Jordan and the European Union countries. They stressed the importance of Jordanian-European partnership agreements to expand economic, investment, trade and military cooperation. The meeting also tackled the burden the Syrian refugee crisis has caused on Jordan's economy and support extended by the EU to the kingdom. In this regard, King Abdullah highlighted the importance of the conference Britain is hosting next year to support Jordan's economy and create job opportunities for Jordanians. On the political front, King Abdullah and Tusk discussed the EU's role in pushing forward the Palestinian-Israeli peace process and coming up with political solutions for the crises in the Middle East. NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg, along with the alliance members, stressed the need to strengthen cooperation ties with Jordan, noting that the kingdom is a key pillar in cementing stability in the Middle East region. Stoltenberg made his remarks during a meeting with His Majesty the King at NATO headquarters, where the alliance commended Jordan's role in fighting terrorism and extremism. His Majesty voiced his appreciation to the NATO participation in the Aqaba meetings, stressing the need to fight terrorism within a holistic approach. The meeting also dealt with the peace process, the huge burdens imposed on the kingdom's economy as a result of the Syrian refugee crisis, and the responsibilities of the international community towards Syrian refugees. And in a meeting with EU High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Federica Mogherini, talks covered strategic cooperation and partnership between the Kingdom and the Union. Mogherini commended the Kingdom's role in preserving security and stability in the Middle East, saying Jordan is a strategic partner of the EU. The meeting also touched on the EU's support to Jordan in order to enable it to continue dealing with challenges imposed by regional crises. The peace process between the Palestinians and Israelis and a number of regional issues also figured high during the meeting. His Majesty also held talks with President of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker. Here at home, Prime Minister Omar Razak said his government is studying merging or cancelling of public institutions in order to reduce ministries' expenditures, describing the move as difficult. Razak made the remarks during a meeting with the lower house's administrative committee members headed by acting House Speaker MP Nassar Al-Qaisi. The Prime Minister stressed that his government is keen to upgrade public institutions' performance and grant the concerned minister a wider authority to implement such a move. Al-Qaisi called on the government to speed up merging or cancelling of public institutions and informing the House on any updates in this regard. Prime Minister Omar Razak said the economic model Jordan seeks to achieve should focus on the differential advantages of the Jordanian economy, leadership, and the export of goods and services. During a conference on small and medium-sized enterprises, Razak said priorities in the upcoming period should focus on achieving economic growth that ranges between 4 to 5%, increasing the investment rates to no less than 10%, increasing the number of small and medium-sized companies in the kingdom, and enhancing employment. Razak also reiterated that the government is aware of the challenges facing small and emerging companies, noting that the government is working in partnership with the private sector to establish a Jordanian export company to help Jordanian SMEs to export in 2019. Her Majesty Queen Rania honoured winners of the Queen Rania Award for Excellence's 13th Teacher Award and 3rd School Councillor Award. During a ceremony at the Royal Cultural Centre, Queen Rania presented 28 winners with their awards. A total of 24 teacher awards were handed out to the winners, while 4 school councillor awards were handed out. All winning teachers and school councillors who earned 1st, 2nd and 3rd places in their respective categories received monetary awards and excellence certificates. They also received non-monetary awards from the Ministry of Education, including a higher rank and access to quality professional and academic development in Jordan and abroad. To sports, the future of Team Sky, which has delivered 6 Tour de France wins in 7 years, is in doubt after broadcaster Sky announced it will withdraw backing at the end of 2019. The decision means the successful team will need to begin the search for another sponsor to provide funding from the beginning of 2020 and continue to compete under a new name. 21st Century Fox, which owns a minority stake in Team Sky, has also confirmed that 2019 will be the last year of their involvement in cycling. The message from Sky is that the partnership had naturally run its course, the brand's entrance into cycling having served its purpose in terms of success and increased participation. Team Sky was launched in January 2010 and has since amassed 322 victories, including 8 Grand Tour successes. And finally, for a quick look at the weather forecast, and another depression, this time centered over Cyprus, is to affect the country tomorrow, pushing temperatures down and creating cold conditions. Heavy rain is expected in the northern parts of the country, while winds will be southwesterly moderate. Amman can expect a high of 12 degrees Celsius and a low of 4. Pleasant conditions prevail in the Gulf of Aqaba, with daytime temperatures at 23 degrees, dropping down to 12 at night. And with this, we come to the end of this edition of the news. I'm Alia Tuqan. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night. Stay warm, stay safe.